to Campus. I'm Alan Shimp, and this is Campus Classic Movies. Today we're talking about Casablanca, a 1942 Michael Curtiz film starring Humphrey, Bogart, and Ingrid Bergman. To begin with, it's a brilliant movie, and my favorite. However, to truly understand it, the historical context is critical. In 1939, Nazi Germany was rapidly expanding, and the world's major powers did little to stop them. They believed that the Nazis could be appeased instead, but they were proven wrong later that year. The Nazis invaded Poland in September of 1939, officially beginning the war. This led to two situations that contribute to the plot of Casablanca, one in France and the other in the United States. The Nazis quickly turned westward and bypassed France's main line of defense, the Maginot Line. The Maginot Line was a series of defensive fortifications along France's eastern border, meant to give the army time to mobilize in the event of an invasion. In order to avoid the line, the Nazis cut through Belgium and the Netherlands, which had been non-combatants. Eventually, Philippe Pétain, a French military leader, surrendered to the Nazis, giving them control of the country. This, effectively, split France in three. Occupied France was the northern part of the country, controlled from Paris by the Nazis. The Vichy regime, formerly the French state, was a puppet regime run by Pétain from Vichy, which covered the central and southern parts of France. The French government in exile was associated with the Allies and the Resistance, run by Charles de Gaulle from London. While all of this happened, the United States remained neutral. The American public was racked with indecision. Some sought to avoid the destructive conflict. Some insisted that we join the war on the side of the Allies. Before some of the Axis' worst atrocities came to light, a reasonably large contingent supported the Axis. The United States only joined the war when the Japanese, allies of the Nazis, bombed the naval base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, on December 7th, 1941. This was before Casablanca was released, but after it was written and filmed. In the film, Rick, an American, must choose between escaping from the Nazis with his former love, Ilsa, or to help her to escape with the resistance fighter, Laszlo. He must choose between principles and self-interest, joining the fight and staying neutral. Rick's dilemma is a metaphor for the United States' position during the first 2 years of World War II, needing to choose between helping the Allies and staying neutral. The film is saying that the United States needs to take a stand and help fight the Axis. Admittedly, the message came too late. The US had already entered the war by the time the film came out, but it goes to show that Rick's dilemma, metaphorically at least, was in the minds of the rest of the country. Rick is in possession of 2 letters of transit, which would permit 2 people to escape from Vichy territory to Lisbon, and eventually to the United States. The thing is, in real life, there never was any such thing as letters of transit. From context, the letters seem to be a carte blanche to travel anywhere from Casablanca. This makes little sense, because the idea behind visas and passports is to restrict travel. Why would they create something that allowed anyone to travel anywhere? However, narratively speaking, the letters serve as a classic MacGuffin. A MacGuffin is an item which drives a story, but does not actively affect it. The term MacGuffin, popularized by Alfred Hitchcock, comes from a story. As told by Hitchcock, it starts with 2 men on a train. One man says, "What's that package up there in the baggage rack?" And the other answers, "Oh, that's a MacGuffin." The first one asks, "Well, what's a MacGuffin?" "Well," the other man says, "it's an apparatus for trapping lions in the Scottish Highlands." The first man says, "But there are no lions in the Scottish Highlands." And the other one answers, "Well then, that's no MacGuffin." Everyone in Casablanca wants to get their hands on those letters of transit. But while that moves the story forward, what the audience really cares about is Rick's decision.